Hey guys, my name is Jason Perrin. This is my laundry room, but it also doubles as my hobby room. Today we get to check out the Arrma Outcast EXB. If you've been on the channel now for a while, you'll know that I just picked up a Kraton 8S a couple of weeks ago, but thanks to Horizon Hobbies and the sales they've been having lately, when I sold my Traxxas Haas, which I did just a few days ago, I was kind of trying to decide what I was going to use that money on, and when I saw that Horizon had dropped the Outcast EXB by $300 Canadian, yeah, it was an easy decision, guys. But anyways, let's get into that box. All right, guys, there it is. This, without a doubt, has to be the best looking RC body, period. The black, that matte black, the body, guys, itself, if you've never seen one, and I kind of didn't even really notice this in pictures and other videos I've seen, the body itself is mostly matte black. So where the Kraton 8S is a lot of gloss black with some matte black and some of that matte gray, the Outcast itself, guys, is mostly matte black with just a little bit of the gloss black where the EXB is and stuff like that. So it just looks wicked. It looks very evil, I guess, is actually probably the best way to look at it. Like if this was a Transformer, it definitely would have been a Decepticon, because this thing is badass. I am going to be guys, in this video, I'm going to try to keep it sort of quick and just kind of go over some of the basics of the truck. You guys know it's a 7075 chassis. You know that it has the thicker shock shafts. You know that you get the two motor mounts for running something like a more stock size Kraton 8S or Outcast 8S motor, or if you want to go to something bigger, like a big 1100 or a big 800, you can do that. I'm going to be running the Castle 1100 kV motor in this truck. So if you guys remember, about a week ago, I had the Kraton 8S out and I wrecked the XLX2. I didn't want to wait for a replacement and all that kind of stuff. So what I did was I bought another combo. I bought another XLX2, but I bought that with the 1100 kV motor. I don't even know where that is right now. So what I'm going to be doing is this, and I don't recommend this. I'm not one to do this in trucks because I like all my trucks to run. But because I have the 800 kV in the Kraton 8S, I'm going to be able to drop the 1100 kV in the Outcast. Something as simple as just removing that whole module. So I know you guys know what I'm talking about. I can come over here and show you guys on the Kraton. So the neat thing, if I can get it off, about the Kraton 8S and the Outcast 8S is they both use that module. So the ESC, the steering servo, the receiver, all that stuff sits on that one and in that one kind of mount. Now the cool thing is it's one screw at the front, so on the actual arm itself right here, and then you've got the 3 screws below or 4 screws below, and then this whole thing is going to come out. So pull the motor leads, pull the sensor wire, and for now, while I'm waiting to see what happens with Castle and my other XLX2, I can pretty much pull this thing out and transfer it over to the Outcast. And unless somebody can think of something that I'm not thinking of, that's all I have to do. The ESC itself is technically still, it'll be programmed. Everything will be the same. My throttle, my steering should basically still be the same. It's been configured, all that kind of stuff. So I shouldn't have a problem doing that. Now, again, I don't recommend it. The idea of pulling the screws in and out of the plastic all the time obviously is not good. I won't be doing it much, but I thought at least that will get me out with both trucks. I can go out, let's say one day, run the Kraton 8S, rip it around, have a good time, come home. Again, I think it's 4 or 5 screws and my motor leads and my sensor wire. Take that, bring it over, drop it into the Outcast, and we're good to go. Now again, guys, I mean this. If you can think of a reason why this won't work, hey, let me know. But as far as I know, the boxes are the same. Everything should just drop in. Now, I have the motor. Obviously, guys, I've got the 800 and I'll have 1100 going in this. I do have a kind of crappy, it's a stock Kraton 8S RTR servo in my toolbox somewhere that I could drop into the Outcast. But again, that whole module comes out. So the idea really of partially installing everything and then actually having to remove the ESC is actually more work than just dropping those screws and moving that whole module over from the Kraton into the Outcast. So again, I think that's pretty cool. And the neat thing about that is, you know, if you are watching your money and stuff like that, you can pick up, especially guys like motors and stuff. Sometimes when you're used, there is a lot of these 800 kV Castle motors out there. You could pick up just the motor, just because the idea of unbolting all this and setting your mesh every time to me would be kind of a pain. You could install a motor in your Kraton, install a motor in your Outcast, and then just move that module. Now, I keep saying this, guys, I'm not going to do that permanently. That would drive me nuts. But for right now, while I'm waiting to hear back on my ESC, I don't know. For me, guys, I think that's really, really cool that I can do it this way. I doubt Arrma really wants us to do it that way. But again, just for now, hey, it'll work and it'll get me running with both trucks, which in my opinion, guys, these trucks are still basically the Kraton, guys. I've had it once and I had that issue with the XLX. So I really want to get this truck out. But obviously, guys, I really want to run the Outcast. And if you guys remember in the video I did of the Kraton 8S unboxing, I had talked about the fact that I had gone back and forth so many times on what I was going to buy. So I had the Kraton 8S in the cart, and then I would go to the Outcast and back and forth and back and forth. And I watched tons and tons of videos and looked at just pictures and was trying to make a decision. And I said that the Outcast does drive better. It behaves more like a 1/8 scale Outcast, where the Kraton 8S does not behave at all like a Kraton 6S. But I just really wanted the Kraton. I love the Kraton. I love driving the Kraton. So I went with the Kraton. When I saw that the Outcast had that huge discount, I was like, oh man, but whatever. I just bought the Kraton. I can't do it. And if I haven't already mentioned, a buddy of mine messaged me regarding the Haas, offered me a pretty good amount for it, close to what I was asking. So I was like, you know what? I'll dump the Haas. I'll lose a lot of money, but I'll dump the Haas. And that allowed me, guys, to pick up the Outcast 8S, which again, guys, is just absolutely sick. Well, you can't do that with the Kraton, because if I tried to turn the truck this way, it would have definitely fallen off the bench. So that's kind of cool. But anyways, guys, like I mentioned, I really do want to keep this quick. You guys have seen the 8S Outcast. You've seen the Outcast 8S EXB. I think these trucks now, guys, have been out for 1.5 years, but you want to know something, and let me know in the comments if you feel the same way, and let me know the vehicle that kind of does it for you, because you know what? We get to test a lot of new trucks. We get to run a lot of new trucks. And in my opinion, guys, you know what? The Kraton 8S, the Outcast 8S are such great performing trucks. There's been nothing that's been released in the last couple of years that honestly matches it. The X-maxx is a tank. Guys, will admit that the X-maxx is a beast and it is a little bit more durable, but that's not everything. And people often forget that. It's easy to sit there and say, oh, the X-maxx is better because it's a little bit tougher, which it is, but they're kind of forgetting that there's a lot of other things involved in making a great truck, and handling and performance and just the way it feels, the way it jumps. You know what? That's where these two trucks, in my opinion, guys, have the X-maxx beat, because the Kraton 8S is a very smooth sailing, awesome truck. It jumps awesome. It's very controllable. The Outcast, on the other hand, that's that kamikaze truck. That's the truck that you want to launch. You want to backflip. You want to have a lot of fun with it, just because it's so much more agile. Even though it's just a little bit shorter, anybody that has these two trucks, they know how different the 8S Kraton, or sorry, the 8S Outcast is over the Kraton. It just behaves. It steers better. It's just a little bit snappier. It's an awesome truck. But guys, that's it. You know what? I promised I wasn't going to keep this video long, and I don't want to. The next video, I'm going to have the 1100 kV motor in, and then I'm going to show you guys if my theory is correct about just kind of lifting that module and dropping it into the Outcast, and see if we can literally do something as simple as that and be off and running. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a big thumbs up. Please subscribe. And yeah, there's a few pics.